Okay, this is going to be one of the longest Pokemon Go videos I've ever made, but this team is way too cool for me to do it, not justice without showing as many battles as I can. So we're going to be starting on PvPoke just to talk about the origins of this team. Now, I'm running it, or at least showing it, with Groudon, Mewtwo, and Metagross because of how this sort of started in our Discord. Barry, I think he came up with the original team, and I was stealing this from Cardiff Play. So if you see my team at any point in this game, it's Cardiff. He had Snake because this is what he was running. Sorry about that. But if he ran it with Metagross, he gets quadruple Bs on this team. So I'm saying that Metagross is an okay substitute for Giratina. But if you can run it with Giratina Origin, not the altered form, this goes all the way up to a triple A and B coverage team overall. And this is the highest rated team I think I've ever seen on PvPoke. This is ridiculous. I don't know what these numbers mean anymore because it used to be like the lower the better, but I used to be able to hit like 462 with a couple of teams in Master League for Premier, but I don't think that matters anymore. The only things that really threaten this team are Dragonite, Gyarados, and then if there is a Snorlax hiding in the back, I might be blind. Snorlax is very bad too because it handles Giratina very well. You can't do anything with a triple shadow Giratina, and that's essentially the things you need to look out for. Togekiss is also very bad. Ho-Oh is bad, but you can deal with it. I didn't see that many in the gameplay you'll be showing today, but I was able to handle a few today. Essentially, if you can bank a Shadow Ball and land it after a Brave Bird, you're fine. Psystrike also works, but it's still brutal. But yeah, this team is insanely highly rated. Nice little freeze frame over there. I'm going to need to fix my camera, and we can get into the battle. So just to get into the team real quick, I have a perfect Groudon, perfect Giratina. Lots of rating for that to happen. And then it's the best Mewtwo I could have gotten. But long ago when Best Buddies were new, I figured I should Best Buddy mine, and that has come in handy. So at least I've got that going on. So let's get into this. Essentially, we're leading Groudon, and this is, by the way, not a creative team at all. Sorry, Barry, but this is like really a high rank. The lowest ranked Pokemon in the game on this team is Mewtwo, and it's rank 11. But everybody kind of knows it is the best safe switch in the game because of this. It can get to moves very, 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 very fast, and it will at least get shield advantage or instant swap just by completely deleting a Melmetal. And this is bad. The enemy just left. I'm laughing in the stream right now because I was so scared of that battle because Dragonite is really bad for this team. There's very little play from any one Pokemon. Even Mewtwo is a losing matchup, so I can safe switch Mewtwo, but it's not necessarily actually going to win that, but you have to team effort it. You're going to be doing neutral damage from Giratina, and it's going to be somewhat better there. You can land a focus, not a focus, you can land an Ominous Wind or a Shadow Claw, Shadow Ball, but you kind of just need to work around it. Melmetal is a fantastic lead. I was seeing quite a few of those. I did do the math on this, actually. I looked it up, and Earthquake is better to go for in terms of like damage for energy, but this is still going to do a lot of damage or get a shield, and so either way, it's completely fine. Nowadays, I don't really know how to handle this. In my first few battles, nobody was swapping out with Melmetal. Typically, you should just drop a superpower and then swap. These are with the 30-second switch timers, by the way, so if you're watching this in the future, that's what's going on here. And I like it. I'm going to stay on track here for a second, but we'll get to that in a bit. Again, a lot of people are just staying in. I'm not really sure. That second superpower is not going to do much, and I figured if he's staying in with a Melmetal, this is probably a team that's really weak to Groudon, yet he has a Dragonite. So I figured, all right, well, just come in with Mewtwo and do what we can. Shield the Dragon Claw, because why not? If I can land 2 Psystrikes, which it's Mewtwo, I will be able to, unless they swap out. If I can land 2 Psystrikes, that is going to do a ton of health, in which I can farm down with either Giratina or Groudon. I have farmed down a Dragonite with Groudon before. It is possible with a little bit of teamwork here. And yeah, you can see the Psystrike doesn't quite KO. A Shadow version might be better against Dragonite, but Shadow Mewtwo loses quite a few matchups in Master League, and it's not really recommended. So maybe specifically for this team, specifically for Dragonite, you might want to Shadow Mewtwo, but I don't suggest that. It loses a lot. Like, look how much health I had there. It's not even guaranteed that I would have made it to another move if I had that. But yeah, so Dialga in the back. I'm just going to go straight Earthquake. Either he shields or he doesn't. I have no idea. He shielded. This is bad. This is definitely bad, but he swapped. I have no idea why. He definitely had an Iron Head. I'm not sure why he didn't, throw, but I'm just going to farm this thing down. And I think I decide to catch a move if I can, and then he ends up throwing anyway. I'm like, okay, that's great. I just need to farm this thing down because Earthquake from Groudon is essentially the only way I'm taking out this Dialga. Or if I can weaken it with Fire Punch and then take it out with Giratina. But as you can see, I made it to the Earthquake, and I lost the CMP tie. So, yeah, that's essentially a game. It's really not. I mean, Dialga's weak. Dialga's weak, and he's going to need a Draco Meteor to take me out, and I'm pretty sure this is very close to Shadow Ball range. Wow. And that happened a lot. That happened a lot with this team. I'd get hard countered and then still win because if I'm not mistaken, I haven't like pulled out the typings chart or anything, but between the moves that are available on this team, you know, between Ground, Fire, Psychic Fighting, and Ghost, I'm almost certain, at least from experience, that every single type in the game is hit by at least neutral from this team. And that gives you a lot of play. A lot of play. Groudon is quite bulky. So is Giratina. And Mewtwo hits harder than anything in Master League. It's going to win the matchup. So, at least the CMP tie, I should say. So, it's not bad. Now, nowadays... that's a great lead, by the way. Nowadays, I would throw a couple of Fire Punches just to get some damage off. But yeah, Togekiss is brutal for this team. It makes really quick work of a Dragon in the back with that charm damage, and Groudon would be walled if it didn't have Fire Punch, and that's one of the tricks. So nowadays I throw Fire Punch, but Psystrike hits for a ton, as you'll potentially see, but those switch timers are nuts right now. People are flying in and out of battle. I like it. So I said I'd get back on topic when it cools down a bit here, but you can just see it lands, completely annihilates him. Kyogre is bad, but Earthquake not only does a ton of damage, but also Groudon's sort of done its job for this game. It's not going to be needed. And as long as I have a shield for that Blizzard, which is a massive gamble for a Kyogre to throw, I'm going to be fine. I'm going to be fine. Blizzard is a huge gamble. I can just shield this to be safe because it's the only thing that's going to take out my Groudon. He didn't even throw it, and that's that. I can farm down well before he makes it to that. And I think in this case, knowing it was... okay, so I was going to say, knowing it's such a great matchup, I can throw a Shadow Ball and then Psystrike. Or I can just swap out and then try to Psystrike. I don't think I even get to the second one. It doesn't really matter. Giratina has such a good winning matchup against Kyogre that this game is a wrap. I mean, it's a GG right there, boys. And he didn't shield the Earthquake, which is amazing. That's one of my favorite parts about this team. Like I said, Kyogre is, on paper, the hard counter to Groudon. But Earthquake did like 85% plus of the damage. Like, that's tons. And, of course, he's just going to do whatever damage he can. And I'm going to Shadow Claw down just to save us some time. That's literally what I did there. Landorus, I only saw one, is also quite bad for this team. I mean, I got some good neutral answers in the back. And Fire Punch does hit for neutral. But, oh my god. Seeing the Darkrai was like, okay, this needs to go through or I lose. Okay, I guess we're in business. And a Dragonite? I'm like, are you kidding me? I'm hard countered on the lead, hard countered on the swap, and Darkrai has a great matchups against, you know, Giratina. I'm only hitting for resisted there, so I'm like, this needs to land or I lose. And it landed. I'm like, wow. Wow, wow, wow. So I figured, okay, we're just going to swap back out of there. Giratina's dead weight against his entire team anyway, so just let Dragonite throw its moves, whatever. I'll just tank it all here. Groudon is like my 4th and 5th shield right now. This is just, yeah, 3rd, 4th, and 5th shield. Just do as much damage as you can, Dragonite. Have fun, because I definitely want to make sure... I think I banked a Psystrike. I definitely want to make sure that gets landed, so I'm essentially just going to do whatever I can to get a shield with Giratina. Hey, 100% IV Groudon coming in clutch with the actual, with the Fire Punch there. My man, Meat Slab. If you guys know Allie Lucky, well, if you do any amount of PvP and you didn't learn about PvP from me, you should probably know who she is. I've had her name quite a few of my Pokemon because I love the way she names her Pokemon, and I was quite excited typing in caps, so that might be why she told me to name it Meat Slab in caps, but it's been Meat Slab ever since, so there you go. And then, of course, Devil Snake was 100% worth it. That was 300 plus raids grinding very hard for this Giratina. I almost made a video about getting it, but honestly, I was like, nah, I'll just not do that. But yeah, Landorus throwing the Ominous Wind bait, which is great. If you get the boost, that's also very, very nice. But I knew that Mud Shots weren't going to be very threatening, so I was either going to get to another Psystrike and take it out, or soak up a bunch of energy, which is fantastic, because nothing he's going to do can threaten me anyway, and he comes in with a Dragonite anyway. So even though his team completely hard countered mine, I will concede the Focus Blast was very lucky, but man, I could have gone down a few shields with my Mewtwo, because I don't know. I could have gone down a few shields with Mewtwo and maybe played it out against Darkrai. It would have been a very different game if he shielded that Focus Blast. But either way, 5-0 set. I didn't show the first gameplay because I was playing Fortnite throughout this, and like I usually do on my streams. And so these games are just sort of cut together. The only games that were full screen, because plenty of my battles were actually played in like the tinier window up top when we were actually focusing on Fortnite. So sorry about some of these games being cut, but there's still plenty to see. Again, great lead, great swap. You know, I think that was a Melmetal. I'm sorry I was talking over it, but yeah, I mean, getting Giratina on Kyogre is really nice. You never want to rely on the boost, but the fact that Ominous Wind is not only good for baiting, but like maybe going to give you that boost. It's just so satisfying when it does happen. You never want to rely on it. It's only 10% of the time, but Giratina with a boost is one of the most unstoppable things in Master League. I would say Giratina with a boost is the best Pokemon in Master League, which is, I think, fair to say, because boosts are rare and you don't always see it, but Togekiss in the back, that's not great, but at least I can pressure Health or Shield. Okay, Shield is preferable because Psy Strike does so much damage. Either way, this is fine. Mewtwo can come in against this because, again, I think it was a Melmetal. I'm probably wrong. We'll find out anyway. You don't need to shield anything coming from a Togekiss. I can just at least get shields here, and that's the best thing about Mewtwo. I've heard it said that Mewtwo is... Oh, I think I just farm it down. That's even better because I think I just double Psy Strike. Yeah, because it's still going to chunk. If he doesn't shield one of these, then Fire Punch becomes a much more... Yeah, he didn't shield it. I was like, oh my god. If I'd have just gone for Focus Blast, I just win there. So I'm like, okay. Huh. All right, what are we going to do now? But honestly, this is such a winning matchup. He needs to go for Superpower. So I figure either he's going to throw a Superpower and debuff himself immediately, which is a bad idea, or he's going to bait, which is exactly what he did. So I'm like, okay, wow, this is completely losing for him. I have 2.5 Fire Punches right now. I'm way over 100 energy, or way over, I mean, like one move over it. So I figured, yeah, I mean, I'm going to get to 3 Fire Punches, no problem. He needs to land, I think, 4 or 5 superpowers to KO from here, if I don't shield anything at all. Like, that's how winning of a matchup this is. First superpower would obviously do the most damage, but we're never going to find out because this is obviously a GG. That is, yeah. Oh, man, Groudon just spamming that. Oh, and I named the Mewtwo transfer because we have this thing in Discord where anytime anybody posts a Pokemon they're proud of, I just like to be a little bit of a jerk. If it's not perfect, I say it's not even 100% transfer. And if they do have a perfect one, I'm always like, oh, it's not even shiny, transfer. But I am hard on myself in the same way. So I've had this thing marked for transfer for a long time. I'm not actually going to transfer it. It's a best buddy 98%, like double moved level 40. Like this Mewtwo is staying in my inventory. But, oh man, if I get a perfect one, it's going right up. It's going right up. But yeah, Dragonite, hard to deal with as always. Not much to say about that. I mean, like I said, I stayed in a little bit, I think, with the Groudon this time around. You got to shield it. I mean, Psy Strike is the only way I can do anything against this. If shields are down, like I've shown, Shadow Ball is okay too. But he caught on the Lugia. I'm like, that is brutal. Okay, Lugia. Not even sure how I win this. So, if I do at all, I honestly don't know. These games were a while ago. And so I'm like, all right, well, just go straight for Shadow Ball. It's a freaking Lugia. There is not a tankier Pokemon in the game. Or at least, as many know, Lugia has the highest total stat product. But he didn't shield the Shadow Ball and never even threw a move. I'm like, okay, I'm still in the game. I'm still in the game. And you see that switch timer is already up. I'm going to drop a Shadow Ball, probably shield it, and then come in with Psy Strike, throw it right away. Catching on the Lugia was very good by him. We still have a Dragonite to deal with. That's why I'm getting out of here. And okay, so, all right. Dragonite, maybe I can get to another move? No. Okay. Okay. I don't have any energy on Giratina. This is not good. All right, so I'm just coming in with Giratina. And I'm just going to sack it. This is bad. This is really bad. I don't see any way I could possibly win this. At this point, I'm just going to spam Fire Punch. And I don't think there's any chance that I win this game. But even still, this game gets pretty close. Like... For such a lost lead, yeah, I think what I came to after this game was if he hadn't caught on the Lugia, I genuinely think I would have won this. An extra Psy Strike was all I needed to, like, look at that. So Groudon would have handled Togekiss, but that Psy Strike damage needed to be applied to Dragonite, or else there's no way I win this. And this isn't going to KO. Fire Punch is very resistant. It's actually a pretty weak move, but... yeah, I just let him do it for me. So look at that. That came down to like the opponent catching. He had Togekiss and Dragonite, 2 of the banes of this team's existence, and we still would have pulled out a victory if he didn't make an amazing swap. So GG to him. That was really well played by him, and I like it. I like it. I like it. Giratina lead. Tricky. One of the best leads in the game because it has neutral matchups against pretty much everything. Snorlax is essentially the only thing that's going to concern you. Machamps are very rare in Master League, and for a good reason. I actually got against the 98% Shadow today and one-shotted it with an Earthquake. So, yeah, Machamp, in my opinion, can't really hang in Master League. Also, neither can a Dragon Pulse Giratina. I was like, what? What are you doing, friend? What is the thing here? And if you're going to be throwing Ominous Wind like I am there, you generally want to be the first one to throw it in case you get the boost. It's not anything you want to rely on, but if you do get that boost, you want to be the one who's, you know, coming out on top there. And now that shields are down, he knows I just need a Shadow Ball. So what I'm going to do here is I think I shield this just... Oh, wow. Ballsy. Ballsy beast. No, I knew he was at an Omnis Wind, and I was trusting my gut. So I figured, all right, we'll just just hang on to the I think you're following, Higgins. Just hang on to the Shadow Ball. That's all we need to take out the other Giratina. Superpower, again, first one's going to do the most, and as we saw earlier, second superpower is actually not going to do very much at all. It would not KO from this range, and he knows that. I don't know why he didn't send that. Maybe I got to the move first, but either way, I figured, well, I'll just... Ooh, I'm nasty. I was farming up right there. I don't even know what I was thinking, but... knock out the Giratina, extra energy on my Groudon, which, as you can see, might actually come into play. I understand I have a full health Mewtwo, but hey, having extra energy on a mirror match is nice, and I also knew that was a Fire Punch, so I'm like, wow, I'm actually going to get to this Shadow Ball. So Mewtwo is probably going to have nothing to do this game. Earthquake wouldn't one-shot it, but it'd be very close. Yeah, just swap in, and don't think Fire Punch was necessary. I was going to beat him to an Earthquake watching this back, but maybe this KOs? No, it's close. Either way, this game's a wrap. I mean... it doesn't really matter. He's going to throw, and then I'll just farm down with Mewtwo. There were way too many ways to win this game. It didn't really matter how I played it out, and that's what happens a lot. Like, you saw earlier, with 2 hard counters. He had triple flyers, mind you. Was that a Dragonite, Lugia, and Togekiss on the same team? Like, that is brutal for my Groudon. It just has no play there, and it was still as close as it was. So I'm really quite a fan of this team. Okay, I think it was after this game I restarted my game. I just remember that name. Giratina lead again. Shiny, no less. Best buddied as well. So a lot of times, you see how I played out differently. Sometimes I just stay in and do what I do. Sometimes I swap out. I like to swap out, though, because Groudon is my main counter to Dialga. I didn't even shield that. Ballsy beast. Look at me go. Focus Blast from Mewtwo is essentially the only way I take out Dialga reliably, and even then it's a Focus Blast. So, yeah, it's going to take some teamwork to take out a Dialga, but it didn't actually cause too many problems for me. I think now that Ho-Oh is so much more popular and Excadrill is very common now that it's been out for a while, a lot of people are... Oh, and Groudon has come back since... recent times. So like since the last time we saw Master League, Groudon has returned. That's where I got mine. Surprise. Hey. And only in like 70 raids. Very lucky. Done a lot of raiding in my day, and to get a Pokemon as important as Groudon 100% in that few raids, I was very happy about that. So my point is, a lot of people have gotten opportunities to get the Pokemon that primarily counter Dialga, and that's very good. I am not going to shield a Lugia, simply because Aeroblast. Aeroblast hurts, and so does Dragon Tail. I was like, oh god, no. He threw. This is what I was saying to chat right now. I was like, oh my god, I got an extra Shadow Claw. I think I can make it to Shadow Ball. And he caught on a Metagross. Wait, that's okay too. I was like freaking out step by step here. I'm like, Metagross is not going to enjoy that, and this is okay. This is okay. I'm not necessarily gonna... I think I do beat him. Oh, he doesn't quite make it to the Meteor Mash. I'm like, all right, we're in it. I can double Fire Punch, which is going to be tricky because Psy Strike is resisted, but it still does a good amount. We saw that earlier, and I was talking on stream. I think he is in Psy Strike range. I don't know that this Fire Punch was needed, but I don't know. I wanted it to be closer so I can farm down a little bit, and I don't even think he makes it to a move. Whew! All right, we got it off right while he was in the middle of the Dragon Tail animation. I think he had to be close to a Sky Attack. He barely ever threw a second move, so boom, he's gone. And there's the Giratina. I knew I had to handle it in the back. Uh-oh. He definitely has a Shadow Ball. This game is... Oh, he ran Ominous Wind. Let's go. That's the only way I win this. I don't know why he didn't farm up to a Shadow Ball. I think he thought I had a move or something, but... he just completely threw that, and we're good to go. I think I had an Earthquake still on the Giratina, though, or on the Groudon. So it wasn't that close, but he had to throw a Shadow Ball to take care of me. All right. I don't know who wins the CMP tie. I don't know how to look this up insanely efficiently, but let's do this. Let's go to... I'm curious, just while we're talking, queuing up for the next game. Let's go into battle on PvPoke, search for Pokemon Groudon. We're on Great League. Whoops. And then search for the other Pokemon Giratina, and we want Origin. Fantastic lead. Anytime you ever see a Zekrom on this team, you definitely want it lined up against Groudon. And, oh, my bad. Okay, yeah, Groudon has a much higher attack than Giratina. Oh my goodness. 225 to 189. That's not even close. Yeah, so you're definitely going to win the CMP tie, so storing that Earthquake was definitely good. I don't like to bait. I really don't, because sometimes stuff like this happens. And you just win lead. No questions asked. So, yeah, I don't bait anymore. I'd much rather fail a regular move than try to bait and they don't shield, because that's just the worst. That's just the worst. I share FP6's mentality with that kind of thing. In all my time playing, it just never seems worth it to... Not never. Whoa, careful there. I should be careful, but it's almost always, like, especially when shields are up, believe it or not, you actually just want to go straight for it, because a lot of people 5-head you. They don't shield like that Zekrom did. They're like, he's not going to go for the Earthquake, and now they're short a Zekrom. That was bad. I thought I had more health, but a Dialga is bad, and as you've seen, Groudon is essentially my only counter. So I'm like, okay, Dragon Breath damage is the only thing that's going to hurt. Iron Head's not going to be that bad. Just let it go through. In this case, I'm thinking, all right, if I can get him low enough to farm down with Psycho Cut, then I guess, oh yeah, and the Giratina is still alive, so... Oh boy, a shield from Mewtwo is like the only chance I have. Sorry this was laggy. My game kind of gets that way when I'm streaming sometimes. It's me. It's not you. I apologize. Okay, so this Giratina is low, and this is going to hurt. Please be Shadow Ball. It's not. Okay, please don't get the boost. He didn't. Okay, this is still good. We're in the fight, but I don't think this even KOs, and I don't know why I didn't hit any bubbles. Oh, because he switched out. All right, yeah. Then I'm just farming down. Ooh! Tried to catch the move, failed, didn't matter anyway. Get to the Side Strike anyway. I don't know why I didn't throw. I don't think he's in range to get KO'd. If he is, then I completely threw this game, but I didn't think I was going to make it anyway. Don't know why I didn't throw. I guess I was just in a mood. I don't stand by that. I should have at least thrown, because I'm pretty sure that would have KO'd. Either way, 3-2. I mean, doing all right. You know, really enjoying this team as much. I was like saying this the entire stream is I love this team. I love this team. I love this team. But yeah, let's get against Snorlax Holmes. Just trying to make sure we have the right timer here. All right. Leading in, Groudon versus Groudon. Okay, I hate the mirror match. I don't know what to do with it. I never know how to play this because, like I said, if there's a Dialga lurking in the back, I'd like to keep the Groudon alive. Sometimes they bait, sometimes they don't. It's really a coin flip, so I don't know. I essentially just feel these ones out because Groudon has a really neutral matchup against my backline, so it's not really... I don't know. Yeah, sometimes I do it like this where I'm saying, okay, either he's going for Earthquake, and this is a great mistake, or he's going for Fire Punch. This is a good move. So that was Earthquake. But he comes in with a Mewtwo. So believe it or not, this health doesn't matter because Psycho Cut does barely anything. And Side Strike is what's going to really... Oh, I didn't shield. Okay, I was wondering what happened on stream. I totally clicked the shield, right? I'm going to back it up a little bit just in case we all saw that. Because, yeah, I totally clicked the shield, and then it just went through it. Because I thought I was distracted in chat, but, yeah, I don't... Okay, I'm glad that I saw that back, because I was almost certain I had clicked the shield, and I remember being like, WTF, where's my Giratina? And then he calls the bait on the Fire Punch. Like, you mad lad. This dude was literally just going to sack his Mewtwo. So I'm like, okay, well, I'm short a Pokemon, but at least I kept my shield. It's not like it used it and went through the shield, so, okay. In fact, today, actually, my stream was lagging so bad I had to kill the stream early, and I had a third shield bug. It lagged so bad that my Side Strike just did nothing, and yeah, it was a brutal game. But, okay, so I guess I'm just going to shield and farm down. Shield and farm down. This is the only way I can know to recover from losing an entire Pokemon, because a Side Strike from Mewtwo is like 80% of the health on pretty much every Pokemon in Master League. Anything that's not resisted, Side Strike, 2 shots, like literally. I think you can look that up if it's not resisted at 2 shots. So I'm like, okay, well... Go for Focus Blast. That's the only way I'm going to do a meaningful amount against Metagross. Boom! Okay. All right, that's not bad. That's not bad. Metagross charges to Meteor Mash very slowly. So I'm like, okay, well, at least I can get to a Fire Punch here. My team, I think my entire team outpaces Metagross. I have not seen Metagross to be a threat, and I'm very satisfied with that. So I'm like, okay. Okay. I think I'm ahead on energy. I think I can farm up a little bit extra. 3, 4, 5... Okay, I know I can tank one. I know that's not a Shadow Ball. So what I'm doing here is I know I'm going to need 2 Side Strikes, and I know he's close to a Meteor Mash. So I'm essentially just farming up to nearly 2, and then even a double resisted Side Strike against a Metagross, you're going to see how much damage it does. Mewtwo is ridiculous. It's more than the amount of health he has remaining. I think it's like 10%, maybe 15%. I'm not 100% sure. I'm really just eyeballing it here, but it is significant enough. Like nearly... I don't know, nearly 20%. I'm just guessing, but it's a decent little chunk. So, Side Strike, it's not useless against the Metagross. You definitely want to go for Focus Blast like I showed, but yeah. Do I match up very quickly here? I'm just trying to save a little bit of time. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh my goodness, I messed this all up. Aang! Yes, I remember this battle. I remember the name. I don't remember how the battle goes, but going against the Avatar. I hope we're going to see all 4 elements. Metagross, great lead. Again, my team handles Metagross very well. You want to keep it away from Mewtwo, but yeah, Giratina and Groudon both have great matchups against Metagross, and this is even better yet because, well, Mewtwo is my only response to Dragonite. So this lineup is working really well for me. I typically like to just keep tapping. I am very unsuccessful at getting the extra Psycho Cut through whenever they throw. And he went for Hurricane. I'm like, oh my goodness, you do not want to do that. Oh my, that is so much energy that he just wasted. This is beautiful. All right, well, let's just spam Psy Strike. Because he went to Hurricane and I shielded it, I am able to get to three Psy Strikes here. And like I said, my whole team has such a great matchup against Metagross that I am willing to go down both shields here, because as you've seen, this is the only way that I'm going to take care of this Dragonite. Now, you want to be careful of the swap. If I overtap here, that's why, and he didn't swap. So I'm like, okay. All right, we're just going to throw the Psy Strike and see what happens. I'm probably going to get farmed down by, okay, Garchomp. So I think I beat him to the Psy Strike, and then that happened. I'm like, what? What? Did I just lose a CMP tie? The only way that I know that that can happen is if we both got there at the same time. Once again, I'm going to go to Master League and just look this up. Let me see. Mewtwo wins against everything, if I'm not mistaken. Garchomp has a 218 attack. Mewtwo has a 248.9. It's not even close. So he must have gotten there like a quarter of a turn before me. But yeah, anyway, teamwork. You land the Earthquake on it, and then you farm down with Giratina. It's not so bad. I can tank a Meteor Mash here. Giratina's a thick boy. Devil Snake. Even the more attack-weighted Devil Snake is still quite nice. And like I said, Meteor Mash on Metagross is quite slow, especially compared to my team, which is, tearing off moves very quickly. So Shadow Ball, boom. I know that I'm going to beat Groudon. My goodness, Garchomp. Too many battles. I know I'm going to beat Garchomp to, well, I thought I was going to beat it to a move, but it's not really going to matter because Sand Tomb's not going to be significant, and I'm going to farm down with whatever. So yeah. Definitely love to see the Premier Cup choices. This is why this is such like a heavy meta team. Like, these are really boring picks if you watch a lot of Master League, but my goodness, Garchomp and Metagross are two that I see. Not Garchomp so much, but Metagross for sure. It does work its way up a few times, and it's just not something that should be used outside of Premier Cup, at least against this team. So Melmetal, great lead. This is where I'm starting to expect them to do the 5 and then swap. Okay, I'm like, all right. Good. Is he finally going to just superpower and dip? I'm not even going to shield it. Whatever. It's not even going to take me to the yellow. Just let it do it. And there we go. I'm like, all right, well, you gave me a huge energy advantage, so we're just going to throw the Earthquake. And Melmetal has a terrible matchup against Giratina as well, so I don't actually need to swap out if I don't want to, but I figured Mewtwo would be perfectly fine. And then try to just keep tapping. I didn't get the extra Psycho Cut through. That is huge. 5 Psycho Cuts per, what is this? Psy Strike. And so if you can get in an extra Psycho Cut, that is major. And he's just going to swap out. So I'm like, all right, let's punish the hell out of this decision. Boom. See you, Melmetal. And I'm like, all right, well, Landorus, who's up next? It's like my Mewtwo's just cracking its knuckles now. Like, here we go. Here we go. Please shield this beast. Don't let it through. What are you doing? Rock Slide is not that much. And I know that Mud Shot is not a very good move. And Groudon came in, but that's okay too. Mewtwo is just not a very good Pokemon against his team. And you know what also isn't? Giratina. Giratina is not something he wants to deal with. So I'm essentially just going to throw Psy Strike until I die. I think the plan here was knowing that I have a full health Giratina. Mewtwo has done a ton of work for me. And I think I came up with a plan. I'm like, all right, you know what? I let a move through here, so I'm just going to shield, knowing I have a Psy Strike banked, and then we're just going to go for Shadow Ball. Because I know that I don't think Giratina loses this, because even Earth Power you're going to see is not an impressive amount of damage. I might have overplayed this, but I figured Shadow Ball would definitely KO. He needs to shield this, and like I just said against the Garchomp, Mewtwo wins a CMP tie against everything in Master League. And look at those timers. They're so short now. And I'm just going to let him throw. I don't want there to be any chance that he's going to do what Garchomp just did in the last battle, so Giratina does die. And I'm really glad that I saved that move, because I don't know if I would have won without it. So, whew, I was on my toes for these battles, and I'm really digging this team. The video's long. We have to stop to drink some water, even though we are coming up on the final battles here. So, here's my team, going up against a person who doesn't want us to see their front side. I've never liked that pose. I don't understand the point of it. All right. Groudon versus Lag. Kyogre. Worst lead. That is definitely like, well, I don't know. I guess like, no, they're all bad. Because at least I can hit, Earthquake down the line. But, okay. Tyranitar against Mewtwo. Terrible lead. Terrible swap. The only way I kill this thing is if this... Oh, crap. I was like, wait. Did that really just land? We're still in the game, everybody. So I can realign, get Giratina on Kyogre. This is looking great. And I don't even know what to do here. Full health versus full health. I guess just go straight for Shadow Ball. Catches on Dialga. GG to him. That's really good. But Giratina is such a good matchup against Kyogre that doesn't even really matter. I think I'm just going to go straight Earthquake here, because I can double Earthquake before he KOs. I can shield depending on what it's going to be. I think I shield is just to stay in the fight because Draco Meteor is bad. But I don't think he has enough energy for Draco Meteor. He threw the Iron Head either way. So at this point, I'm just going to go straight Earthquake and do what I can. And he fast swapped. So I'm like, shoot. All right, we're going to shield it. We're going to shield it, stay in this fight. And I think I tried to farm up to Earthquake and totally misplayed. I did not realize how much energy he had. He took me out, but I'm like, this is okay, because he's energy dry, and he needs 10 waterfalls. He's on, I think that was 5. He's throwing right when he gets the move, so maybe he's running Thunder. So I'm like, all right, well, if he can't threaten me with Blizzard, then I'm just going to farm up as much energy as I can. Go straight for Shadow Ball, and then lag a ton, and then lose the game. Yeah, so forgot that happened, not going to lie. I was, like, in the battle all over again, and love to see it. Love to see it. I don't think I would have won that, but anyway, all right, next battle. Yeah, I hate it when that happens. Too many people have complained about it. There's nothing new I can say. All right, my internet is not the problem is essentially where I'm going with that. Dialga is a great lead, and that's a great switch in. So that's many times that happened where I go to switch into Mewtwo just instinctively. I'm like, no, wait, I mean Giratina. And I don't know if it's lag helping me out or what, but Giratina is definitely the one you should switch into against a Kyogre, especially since Giratina has such a losing matchup against Dialga. So we're going to go straight Shadow Ball. Ominous Wind, like I've said earlier, is not worth the bait. It will do terrible amounts of damage. Even if they shield it, at least you guarantee the shield. And then they came in with Dialga. I don't know what else they expected me to do. I'm just going to come straight in with Groudon. Not baiting again. I'm just not about it. Because to land it, ooh, feels good. However, you'll note they're down 2 shields. So I'm thinking, well, this is GG. I don't even think I need to shield this, but I totally should. Oh, Draco Meteor. Very glad that I did. And he comes back in with Kyogre. And I could have thrown the Earthquake right there. Not 100% sure why I didn't. It would have KO'd from that range. I guess I didn't know that maybe. Looking back, it would have KO'd, but you know, it's a Dialga, and that Earthquake is essentially my only ticket to get rid of that thing. And also, I also knew that Giratina was going to be more than sufficient, and I think he came in a little late on that swap, but not late enough, but ooh, catches it on the Mewtwo. But I'm like, wait, that's okay, because Psystrike is resisted, and I want that to land. So what I do here is I count up to 5. 2, 3, 4, 5, catch it, and I completely misplayed that. But I figured, whatever, it doesn't matter. He's low enough to get farmed down with my Mewtwo, so I'm just going to keep going. I'm going to shield this, get that Earthquake, swap out of here, and then doesn't really matter at this point. He could Shadow Ball me, and I'd be okay with that because, you know, whatever. Psystrike doesn't even matter. I'm just going to go straight for... Okay, I think I immediately regretted this on stream because I think going straight to Focus Blast was the only thing that makes sense here. Earthquake is going to KO anyway. It doesn't really matter, but whatever. And, okay, I'm just going to let it die. I just don't care. I just don't care. But this put me into a tricky situation because he has 1 HP, I have 1 HP. Who wins this? And I'm pretty sure Psycho Cut is the same turn time as Mudshot, but it didn't matter. I won the game. We take those. We absolutely take those. I have no problem with that. I don't think I should have won that, but... Whew, whatever it takes. And I think that was a 5-0, and then it cut off. I rendered it improperly, but I essentially hit rank 18 after this. I have not been doing too many battles, but whew, thank you so much for watching. If you made it to the end, then you are insane. If you made it this far, you should probably subscribe because I intend to make more of these, and this team is absolutely insane. If you can afford to run it, I highly recommend it, and I hope I never see you in battle because this is not a fun team to mirror. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you want to submit any battles, link down below, Twitch, YouTube, whatever. I'll see you guys in the next one.